So in my experience, one of the most difficult things to do is to wait, and we all must do it. So let's talk about it. Greetings everyone, it's Jordan Parker. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the art of waiting and share a few tips that in my experience has been very helpful and effective. The first one that I'd like to share is to establish a mantra. You can call it a mantra, you can call it a prayer, a slogan, some simple, meaningful phrase that you can repeat to yourself when you're waiting and it's difficult. For me, my favorite is one day at a time. And that brings me to the next tip, which is to shorten your field of vision. So the way that looks is narrowing whatever your scope of focus to a limited amount of time. Depending on the challenge and of the waiting and the degree of pain, so to speak, that could be 5 seconds. It could be 15 minutes, it could be half a day. Shortening your field of vision and what you have control of can be super empowering and relieving. The next tip is the other side of it, which is to take a step back, right? And say, okay, a year from now, how am I going to look back on this pocket of waiting? How would I have wanted to go through this experience? So taking a step back can give us a little perspective, while shortening the vision can give us a little bit of pain relief. Sometimes it's a must to do the next tip, which is to indulge your feelings. Sometimes waiting can be extremely difficult, and we've got feelings that come up, things that want to be expressed. Indulge them, let them out. Enroll a friend or an ally to support you if needed, and set a timer, set a limit. So you know what, okay, this is what's happening, I'm frustrated, I'm angry, I'm sad, and I'm gonna give myself 30 minutes to be in the muck of this experience. The value here is you get to move the energy, and also, you're not pretending as though that challenge is not there. You're also putting a limit on it, so you can move the energy, the feelings, and then move on. So try indulging your feelings, but with a limit. Distracting, the next tip. Distraction can be a powerful tool, a helpful tool, and I think sometimes a necessary tool. So whether that's Netflix, going for a walk, treating yourself to a particular meal or dessert, if it's been one of those kind of waiting days. Distraction absolutely should be in the toolkit. I imagine there's a lot of so-called spiritual approaches to waiting, meditating, mindfulness, etc. And I'm sure there's plenty of videos on those subjects and how to do that. But I want to be an advocate for healthy and maybe not so healthy, but not too harmful ways of distracting, because sometimes, frankly, it's just needed. A couple more here. One is reminding yourself what is already clear and certain. One of the biggest challenges for me around waiting is the uncertainty. And I sometimes forget that the majority of my life already has a sense of clarity, a sense of certainty to a degree. Where I live, who my family is, my friends, my work, what I'm gonna have for dinner. There's a whole bunch of different things to focus on where there's already clarity, just to give you a sense of grounding. The last tip I want to share or offer is more of a question or an inquiry that you can hold, which is, how do you want to show up for this process? When you look back, down the road, how do you want to have experienced the waiting? And my simple response is usually doing the best that I can. Sometimes it means standing an inch taller or a half inch taller in my posture, just to remind myself when I'm afraid, upset, or anxious. Remind myself that of my inner confidence and inner clarity and stability. So I hope these tips were helpful for you in navigating the next time you wait. And I would love to hear in the comments below some of the many other things that are helpful when practicing the art of waiting. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time.